Hello guys, good afternoon, good evening, good morning from wherever you watch me, depending on your own time. So me, I dey for Lagos, Nigeria, the Halo now. So as someone can talk about Arsenal January transfers. Wetin dey sup with our transfer? Today na 18th, we never hear anything, no news. We never hear say Arsenal don sign one person. That's also interested. Now we dey hear Arsenal is interested in this one. Arsenal is interested according to Fabrizio Romano, according to Toto Mercato, according to this, according to that. Wetin really dey sup? You get? Now be the question wey I say make I ask. I know say a lot of una sef don dey reason how una go take ask that question. Say wetin dey happen? Many people dey send me message for my DM say, Baba Jude, wetin dey happen now? Arsenal never sign players. This one 18 don knack. So wetin dey really dey happen? So many people dey talk say before you know now so you go take end o sign even one player. So nobody let me dey for studio. I dey here with Oga Magnus and we are here to talk about this same Arsenal transfers. So first of all, before I go bring my talking points, make I first ask Oga Magnus. Oga Magnus, good afternoon o.
Good afternoon.
So I say make I ask you now for live, Baba. I say make I ask you, wetin dey sup with Arsenal transfer? Today na 18th of January and all of us know say by the 31st, then the transfer window go dey shut down, no more buying until the end of the summer. So what do you think is going on? Why things come hard for us like this?
Well, let me tell you, in fact, the major challenge we have in terms of these players not running to us is because of our position in terms of not being in Europe. That is one major factor that's really affecting us. And looking at the way the league is structured in England currently, the way it is going, some of them are also thinking of the fact whether Arsenal can still assure them of European football next season. That's one particular factor. Like Vlahovic, what I've been reading about him, as it stands now, Fiorentina have almost accepted Arsenal's bid. But the major challenge we are having, as it concerns him now, is actually himself to make that decision because a lot of clubs are also talking him up to wait till the summer so that they can come for him and all that. So he's weighing his options to see the possibility of him going ahead with that. So what is really affecting us as it stands now? What is really affecting us as it stands now is actually our position our position as not being in Europe. So I believe that Edu and Arteta are still working, believing that we can be able to make one or two signings. Like Arthur at Juventus is almost the same story between them, and this thing has been happening, But assuming we are in Europe now and we are doing so well, you say Vlahovic will run to a club like Man City now. If Man City now goes for Vlahovic now, immediately he will sign. He won't even start looking that. Let me wait till the end of the. So that's our challenge actually.
All right, no wahala now. So Baba Terence don't join us for the studio. So before I go enter the comment section, make I read them out loud. The Baba Terence, what will be your take on this our transfer window? When you look the fact, say we did January 18th now like maybe 12 days more or 13 days more now, window go end. So what is your take on our transfer so far?
Good afternoon, everybody. My take on this matter of the truth is that Arsenal have this habit when it comes to January transfer. They have this habit of waiting till the last moment to start doing fire brigade approach to start signing players. Since 1st of January, I think any club will really be serious to sign players should have at least gone for the player. You see, why I know the two they're happy with Arsenal transfer is that if they won't go for players, they do the romance players. They will try to tell go. As in, when you know this is what you need in your team, go for it. If you know, like what I said, do not just go there, go buy any kind of player. Deep down you say this kind of player will fit my formation. It could be perfect for the team. Why romance the player? Because we don't see many times whereby Arsenal would go for players. Before you know, another club will come in. They go beat for the player. They go take him from Arsenal hand. Okay, see Vlahovic, like what he Ogato just now say because he will not do Europe. And that one has still major factors. One of the major factors where they stop Arsenal from signing all these good players because they feel say they not feel calm. Go the play only Premiership and moreover now we don't even come off for FA Cup. That is another hindrance. So they not come the play only Carling Cup and what is the this to say we go sell for that Carling Cup of which the second leg is also a big tie. You never can rule out Liverpool in as much as we go Emirates go play and Emirates are fortress. We like say they did difficult, but Liverpool is also a good side that can defeat any team any day anytime. You understand? So what I think is Arsenal, for me, Arsenal should try as much as possible to hasten up. If not two players you will know say you won't go for. By now you should be able to sign at least one so that on the last day you know so you go pursue the other one player to the last minute of the transfer this day. But when you can't wait to the last minute, you can't pursue two players. It's either you get one or you get nothing. Because at that last minute, no club will bring one let their player go because no quality time to look for replacements to replace the player where they leave the club. So that's why I say sometimes some clubs not agree they do that last minute bidding. They'll just tell you say no, it's not for sale, it's not for sale. It don't ever happen to Arsenal where they come for last minute this thing for Eslim Lanai. They tell us say no. We had no replacement at that time, so the letter there is remain for the club. So I believe what is good for the goose is good for the gander. What you don't do to people, they will also do to you understand. So they will also do to you. Now, for me now, if Arsenal knows say na Otto, now be the main man, why waiting till the last moment? If now waiting about what the clause where Juventus they put there, me I not buy am. Wait, talk say we go use Partey to do for crying out loud. Partey na rock. You're not going to compare Otto and Partey. Say you want to use Partey and money. No, now slap. Even Partey say not go happy with that kind of this. If in here with the caliber of player you don't play to the highest level of football, don't play Champions League final. If I'm not mistaken, against Real Madrid when he did Atletico Madrid. So what is now you say you can use Otto take the dual Partey take the dual strength for Otto? No, it's a big slap to the face of Partey and to Arsenal. So if Juventus knows that they're not ready to sell the player, the Arsenal should look at that place. The Mendes did there, other players did there. Say Wellington did there. Wellington did there for Paris Saint-Germain. So many players there that are waiting for Arsenal to come for them, and they are willing to come. Even when they talk about Champions League football, they don't talk about Europa League football. Come for me. If you need me, come. Just a loan deal. After the loan deal, then we cannot decide if we are to permanent the deal or if we are to let the deal slide under the carpet. So that's why I see all the matter. Arsenal should do fast and sign players.
All right, no one. I be want to read plenty comment, but I can't stumble upon these comments by Oduwole Olushola Emmanuel. So I say make I no skip and make I first throw this thing to Oga Magnus with there. So Oduwole they talk say by the end of this season, if we do not enter top 4, the board should sack Arteta and Edu. Oga Magnus, do you subscribe to this line of thoughts where Olushola Emmanuel they talk?
He has his opinion, but I don't think Arsenal is going that path. You know, I don't want to talk as a fan. I just want to reason with the football club. You understand? Because Arsenal they have a plan and to achieve. And if you see what the way Arsenal has been progressing in the last few games now and all that, you can see that Arteta is making progress. So the Arsenal I know will not, with the kind of progress made in this season, this particular season now, from 20th, we are 20th. We are once 20th on the table. From 20th now, we are a huge achievement. So Arsenal will not, because they did not make it into top 4, sack Edu and Arteta. If you do that, what it means is that you start all over again. You start all over, start afresh again and again. So the new coach will come again and start picking his players and all that. Because what I have seen is progress. So even if they don't, I know, and I have a strong feeling that Arsenal is going to make it into the top 4. But assuming Arsenal don't make it into the top 4, it is not a very good reason to sack both Arteta and Edu to start all over again. No, it's penny wise, pound foolish.
All right, no one. Oga Terence, you what be your take on this Oduwole comments?
Yes, Mr. Chooks, thank you. I see building a team takes a process. You understand? It takes Jurgen Klopp of Liverpool so many years to put Liverpool in the state that they are now. I think the idea of sacking coaches when you not get results like as it is now, you just like say no. If you see the team, the work Arsenal, Arteta they do for Arsenal now, you'll see I'm say there is something on that pipeline. Like there's a rebuilding in the Arsenal state. I stumbled into one news today about Pep Guardiola. He said during this their winning streak, he said Arsenal was the most difficult team that they played. He not count Chelsea, he not count Liverpool. You know, we played a meltdown with them, and they still found as they had that game very difficult for them to even win that match at the very last minute, at the 93rd minute. So he say Arsenal. So if you see all this kind of comments from wonderful coaches like Pep Guardiola, a world-class coach, and one of Jurgen Klopp, when we played against Liverpool side with a 10-man at the 26th minute, and we're still able to salvage a draw. You say there's work ongoing now presently at Arsenal. If only you can give Arteta that chance to actually exhibit what he has been doing in this Arsenal current team now, then we'll get results. Give Arsenal the next 2-3 years now. Arsenal will definitely be up there competing for the title, not just the top 4 now. If they continue, because one thing I always talk about football is all about your tactics, then your psyche, the mentality of the player, what you can impart into the players. Tell them when you are going into any match, tell them not to remove fear. And the best way to defend your goal line is to attack, not by defending. When you don't score one, you go back. No, it makes like a team of Man City where they play high press football, they play this tiki taka. It will make them punish you. When you say you don't score one goal, go all out and play ball. More leave that one aside. The thing what we talk about now, whether it's good to sack Arteta if we're not entitled for, to me, is a big capital No. No, let us give him the chance, because even if you see Man City now, I don't know whether you don't see the news that they look at Arteta as a tangible replacement for Pep Guardiola if he actually leaves this. That's to tell you the caliber or the quality of Mikel Arteta, because they don't see and say he gets something up there. He has something that he can offer to the team. So then one carrier for Arsenal has been, if we use our hand to weigh what we get at this point in time, it will be a very difficult one. Like what your guy will stop just now. It's like when you remove coach, now bring in another one, you're starting all over again. Before the coach will come bring the tactics, before the players will come adapt to the tactics, it's penny wise past foolish. That is just the truth. So the time now is for us to stick to Mikel Arteta's plan, support him with finances. See, no team can succeed without quality players. That is just the truth. Our board have major role to play. If they can provide money, if they can release money to Mikel Arteta to bring the kind of or the quality of or the kind of player that it takes suits this kind of play to the team. Believe you me, Arteta, Arsenal will be a better and a fortress, a strong team that whoever want to play Arsenal, they go the shiver like Arsenal and team with one complain and not be like the Arsenal we used to know. Where we say if any team come, they will just run into Arsenal, then give us like 2-3. We don't collect like 5. Look at the first match we play against Man City when Arteta nearly come, when we get a man down. You see the story. Look at the one we play against Liverpool. When you see the story, you see the scoreline. If you compare these two matches now, or rather, these two matches now to now, this present day Arsenal, you'll see and say there's a big difference between that last year Arsenal and this current Arsenal team now. Even with a meltdown now, teams still find it very difficult. Even with a meltdown of Arsenal, teams still find it very difficult to break into the defense. That's to tell you the quality of a coach like Mikel Arteta and his assistants, that people that are working together with him. So for me, I foresee they still give a little time. They say tough time do not last, only tough people do. May they give a little time, make it impact whatever I want to impart to the players, so that Arsenal can be a better team that we used to know. That is it.
All right, no, well, before we go enter our next talking point, I just go through some comments. So additional, the talk say, please, anything about Yuri Tillemans, we are coming to that. And Harrison Joshua, the talk say, what happened to Medicine, Watkins, Calvert-Lewin, Lamptey, Bissouma? All these people will be happy to join us without Champions League slots. Even Adama Traore, what happened to these guys? Oga Magnus, what happened to these guys? Why are we not looking at them?
It's not about mentioning names. It's about quality. It's about somebody that is coming to your team to improve your team, not just joining. I getting it. Yes, one of the clubs in Manchester, in London, the blue side of London. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know, they are the club that used to sign anything that comes up, anybody that they see, to the extent that our defender, what's his name, our central defender playing for us in the Super Eagles. Omero was once a Chelsea player that never entered the Stamford Bridge for one day. So when you do that kind of purchase and all that, it's I don't know what you intend to achieve. So mentioning all these people, Watkins, Calvert-Lewin, Lamptey, no. You only buy a player that fits into what you are trying to do. You know, you can remember that we had some players too that Arteta had to ship out that did not fit into what he wanted. For example, Torreira, who is now playing quite very, very well at Fiorentina. So patterns are not all the same. So if you are buying a player, every coach should have his pattern, should have his style, should have exactly what you want to play, the kind of style you want to play. And you should look for a player who fits the bill, not just any kind of player. You know, and again, situations also change. Like for instance, you may want to buy a player this summer, this transfer window. You know, so you may go for the player this transfer window and you did not get him. But in the next transfer window, a lot of things may have changed. A lot of things, because situations that you considered when you wanted to buy him in January may not be the same condition in the summer. So situations change. And when situations change also, you also change with it. So you may find better players, you may find better conditions, you may find a lot of things that may make you not to go for that same player you went for. Like currently now, you see, in two transfer windows, we went for Awa. Awa is still available, right? But we are not talking about Awa anymore. Nobody's talking about Awa. Now we're talking about Ato. We also went for Madison. We did not sign Madison again, but now we're talking of Ato. Nobody says that by summer, if we did not sign Ato now, but that by summer, we should be talking about Ato. So situations keep changing. So, and when they change, you also change with it. So all these players mentioned, what we should ask ourselves is that it is not all about signing them. When they come into us now, will they improve the quality of our play? So that is left for the coach and the technical director to answer that. Thank you.
All right. See, Oga Terence, when you look at these names now, make I join waiting Oga Harrison, Joshua the talk. So Baba they talk say, your blessing with the pursue people where no one come. Whereas you get people who say Champions League deal, Champions League no deal, they go come, and these are names. Medicine. Now name we say England God they invite us some kind times. Now senior man for Leicester, we can still call him. We go improve what we get for our midfield. That's me. I they look from waiting Harrison, Joshua they feel. At the same time, Bissouma, I believe say Bissouma they better than Melo. Bissouma don't get proven for EPL already. So what is your take about all these names? Can't they improve us?
They can improve us tremendously. Like these are big factors that you consider when you want to sign a player. Adaptability. A player that has adapted to the style of the English Premiership, the fast pace and everything. These names are where they don't call. So these are good players, wonderful players that have done well even on with a lesser team, like Adama Traore, who with the Wolves and everything, he still strives. Watkins with Aston Villa is doing marvelously well. Calvert-Lewin, Everton, wonderful player, spectacular player. Then Medici, you have just a world class, a midfielder that can take on any team and get results. See, these are players, but the major problem, Mr. Chooks, is that no team at this point in time want to let their good players go at the middle of the season. This is the time that you not judge your team, because January is the most difficult part in the Premiership. Once you can skate through January, February, and you are still up there, believe you me, you will definitely finish. If you still concentrate and you still are like you are focused, at the end of the day, you will finish like in a very reasonable place in the table. So what I think that it be like say, I don't know what it be Arteta and Edu problem. What is why they like go outside Premiership to go, whether they get cheaper option out there. That is why they defeat. For me, I think say if we bring for striking department, we get major problem. Now, if we bring Calvert-Lewin, now very see the when you get presence for attack, you they bully any defender. When they come with football, if they push the team, they go back. So you go get the more privilege to attack anything. But when you not get players, when you like say defenders they bully. Okay, look at what happened for Liverpool before this thing when they play Liverpool for Carling Cup. You see what this our brother do so last. What is the name? No, Nikita they punish them now. What did they do? When they do Nikita, what did they call this defender? Did they bully our striker because Van Dijk, God bless you. Now only Saka they come from the flank, they do the damage. Then what do you call this other Brazilian? Martinelli. Then they go press for the other side. So if we get with all these kind of trickish players, wingers, what we get, then we're gonna get one very bad, strong, powerful striker for up front. With this thing, the way if we bully, if we compete with Van Dijk, believe you me, Arsenal will be a great thing. For me, if I should decide, Calvert-Lewin is one good player. And nothing for Lewin, leave this other guy for Aston Villa. And not to the bad way you kind of play because play ball for me, make I run the position I go score. But Lewin go feed your head. He go fit take on you, he go fit bully you, he get that presence, he get the power. So I don't know why Arsenal they tend to shy away from all these kind of players. Then they go other league where like say you never know if they feel adapt to the style of English Premiership when they come. Okay, see, we spent so much money on Pepe. When Pepe did Lille, he was a wonderful player, a world class, take on any defender for France. But when he came to Premiership, it was a problem for him because probably the style of Premiership, the power, the pace was too much for him, so he could not adjust to that. And he's still finding it difficult now to adapt to the style of Premiership. So if we get players from Premiership who already adapt to the style and they adapted to the weather, he go improve Arsenal. One for me, Calvert-Lewin is one of the players I think we should go for. He's not even bothered about Champions League football or Europa League football. He just wants to leave Everton. Why not spend your money wisely and bring him here so that at the end of the day he can do the wonders for you and make your team actually so happy. That is it.
But I want to respond very good. I want us to understand something. I follow history. It's not always cast in stone that the way you look at it always follow like that. It has happened to many clubs who have gone just because a player is performing where he is playing in the Premier League. You just yank him off and bring him to your club. Then what next? You see him start flopping. I am a kind of person, if I'm a coach that would mainly consider adaptability to my team, not that we are playing well. First of all, I will consider, are you going to adapt to what the pattern of play I'm going to bring on? Just like Arteta is doing now. Okay, let me give you one or two examples. If you can remember Andy Carroll was doing so well that he was bought for how many million pounds? Over 40 to 50 million pounds. Then into Liverpool. What happened? He flopped to the low. I wouldn't say higher heavens now, to the lower hell. Then what's his name? This guy that is playing for Cote d'Ivoire, that's playing for Crystal Palace now. What's his name? Zaha was mesmerizing. He was mesmerizing in the club he was playing. I think it was Crystal Palace then. Man U quickly went and rushed and caught him. They didn't check whether he would improve the team. Just because he was playing well where he was, they just picked him up and brought him into Manchester United. The way they brought him in is also the way he went out. Then there's another player again. Another example I will also give you, Danny Ings. Danny Ings also came to, I think it's Liverpool too. He came into like that. The same way he came into Liverpool is also the same way he left. So it's not always that if you're playing well in your club, and you come into my club, it will work. Maybe, like for instance, now you had Lukaku complaining that Chelsea is not playing to his pattern, how he want it. Now the coach is So maybe if the coach looks at his own pattern and asks him to play like that, he may play better. But how does it affect the entire team? If you look at Arsenal now, let me come back to Arsenal. I'm not talking of Arsenal of yesteryear, so I'm talking of Arteta now.
Look at Ben White. Ben White was not a grade B, even a grade B defender self. When we bought him, he wasn't even a grade B defender. He was just a normal center back in the Premier League, until we bought him. But look at what he's doing for us now. He's playing very, very, very well. Now, another example is Aaron Ramsdale. Aaron Ramsdale, I know how we are crying and shouting, saying, somebody has taken up to education twice is the person we want to go and buy. And look at what is happening now. So if you want to buy a player, you study him and know how he will affect your team positively. And mind you, we have been buying players in Premier League. This Aaron Ramsdale I'm talking about, we bought him from Premier League. This Ben White I'm talking about, we bought him from Premier League. So if we find any player that we want to buy, if we can find him anywhere, if it's in Premier League, fine. If it is outside England, fine. Anywhere he's available, what they are buying. And the most important thing I want us to underline is he going to improve your team? Not his quality in where he's playing now.
Okay, now, Baba Terence, before you okay, I respond. No worry, respond.
My opinion is respond to Mr. Magnus. This thing. Mr. Magnus, I really appreciate your opinion, and I love you for what you have said. You see, Ben White that you talked about. Ben White was a rock when he was in Brighton. You know why we could not see the impact of Ben White? Because Brighton was a smaller team, and the team will always attack Brighton, and even at that, Ben White was still holding.
But you saw Besuma.
Besuma, sir. Yes, sir. That is what I want to tell you, sir. You see, Ramsdale, that you still made mention, sir. He was also a spectacular goalkeeper. Well, he made a lot of saves even before Arsenal signed Ramsdale. When they brought his statistics out, sir, he was doing marvelously well. Why he was still receiving? Why they went on this thing? Relegation, because the team as at that time he was playing for, they were not that the caliber of with his caliber of person. He was not playing for the right team, because then that defense lineup, they were not defending very well. And no man is an island. Only Ramsdale cannot do it alone, just like Ben White. Only him cannot do it alone. That's why I see. Before now, I so much cherish Ben White, because before they even signed him to Arsenal, I liked his kind of play. I liked his style. I liked the way, the positioning and everything. That was why when they were talking about Ben White, I was clamoring for Ben White to come over to Arsenal, because Ben White is one person that's very intelligent. When it comes to, if you see his drive from defense to the attack up front there, you see that Ben White is one spectacular player that when he goes to anything, he will fit directly. You see, Ben White was even playing for Brighton when England invited him to national team. That is to tell you the quality and the caliber of player that he was at Brighton that time. Because if he was not so good, I don't think Southgate would have invited him to England, where they get a lot of players to play for. They invited Ben White. So what we are saying all in all of this is that the adaptability of the Premiership, when you have adapted to the style of Premiership, you know the nitty-gritty, you know the in and out, you know how it is, you know the pace, you know the tempo of how things are run in the English Premiership. Then when you go to another team that still plays in the English Premiership, it will be easier for you to adapt. One player that I respect so much in Arsenal lineup is Tomiyasu, that came from
Bologna.
Italy, sorry. That came from Italy to come and play for Arsenal, and he has been doing well. To date, he is still doing well. So, my brother, sir, one thing in the English Premiership is quite different from every other league in the world. You see, Spanish football is much easier than, okay, look at Partey. When Partey was in Atletico Madrid, he was a rock there. But when he came to Arsenal, he was Partey. I never hear one day when they talk about Partey get injury for Atletico Madrid. But when he came to Arsenal, he was finding it difficult to adjust to the style and the pace of Premiership. That is one thing I'm talking about, sir. No disrespect to you, sir. Your points are very cogent. No disrespect to you. But one thing I still believe in is that we should try as much as possible to set, because if you see Manchester City, they go for outside this table. They go play. They don't take more of Arsenal player for English Premiership. When he improves the style of play, look at the Clichy. Look at the Yaya Toure, not Yaya Toure. Kolo Toure,
Bakary Sagna, Adebayo, Nasri.
Thank you. God bless you. You are very correct, sir. So they place around the English Premiership to get their team very coordinated, and at the end of the day, they used to deliver to win trophies. That is how I see Arsenal, or that is what me I would have loved Arsenal to do, so that at the end of the day, players will not be finding it difficult to adjust to the style of the English Premiership, because they already know the style of the Premiership, they know this, they know the tempo, and they know how things are being run in the English Premiership. That is my own opinion, sir. You understand me, sir? That is it.
All right, make I just trick mouth for this matter. You know, say every two way Oga Magnus they talk. Oga Magnus they write in your
Very
view.
Very
But
right.
at the same time, there are some exceptions to the rule. Like
Yes.
I didn't give examples, so I won't give some examples. You see people like Salah. Salah is regarded as one of the best players in the world now. But would
Yes,
you
sir.
believe that Salah played for Chelsea? He flopped. He went to
Yes.
Roma. He flopped. Now
Yes.
found his way to Man City and is excelling.
I said yes.
Kevin De Bruyne played for Chelsea. He flopped.
Yes.
Then
Yes, sir.
Salah, he goes City. At the point, he will player of the season. So the point why they try to make, we say, if we don't give these players a chance, how will we find out whether they will excel or not? At the end of the day, now risk. We said we don't do bad business before. Pepe is one of the bad business that we
Very
don't
well.
do in football history.
Very well.
And our bad business not going to stop here with Pepe. We must
No.
still do more. We'll take risk.
Yes. Yes.
So now so it just be. All right, another talking point so I want to talk about now like this Vlahovic matter, and I want to start with Oga Magnus. So this Vlahovic now, Oga Magnus, my point is, should we die with this Vlahovic? Must we? He don't do too much. Every day we are talking Vlahovic. Must it be Vlahovic? If not Vlahovic, what will happen?
Sincerely speaking, it must not be Vlahovic. It must not be only him. You know, there are strikers. You know, there are strikers we can get. We have made mention of Isaac. Even the Calvert-Lewin we've mentioned here is another striker. So there are strikers there are many strikers we can take a look at that can improve our team. The only reason why we're talking about Vlahovic and looking at it is because Arteta have looked at him and seen in him the kind of player he wants. Because I believe that if you want a player, go all out for him. You know, put in everything you want. You know, it's just like as a young man, you want a girlfriend. Chicks plenty here and there, chicks everywhere, chicks plenty. But if there's a particular one where they enter your eye, you continue to go, even if that one tell you no, you continue to chase that one until that one say yes. Unless that one no come there, it's almost impossible for you to get that one. You can say, okay, make I now see how I go take, go for these other ones now. So as it stands now, why it's not quite late. All hopes are not lost. So Vlahovic have not categorically said no to Arsenal. He has not said that. His agents have not said no to Arsenal. So you cannot just on your own just back out like that. You know, they say good soup na money killer. And if you want something good, you have to be patient. You have to be very, very patient. The guy is a very, very good striker. He's a very, very quality striker. So we cannot just think that we can just get him just like a flash, just flash money and he will just follow us. He go do small shakara now. So all those shakara is expected. So we have to work hard. We need to push. We need to follow him until we find out that it is almost impossible. Then we can now say, let's look elsewhere. But I don't think that if Arsenal wants a striker, I don't think they are putting all their eggs in one basket. I think as it stands now, Edu is a very, very wonderful negotiator in terms of transfer business. He's a very nice negotiator. I think as at now, even if we are following Vlahovic, I think he has his option B, he has his option C. So maybe he's playing his cards close to his chest. That's why we have not been able to see. This is the one that he has dropped on the table. That's why everybody's talking about it. I think other ones he's playing close to his chest. And if Vlahovic fails, I think we are going to see more. So let us not panic. I think we should be very, very patient and see what happens. Maybe today is 18th. Maybe let's give them like 4 or 5 more days.
But I know now. Baba Terence, how you see this Vlahovic matter? What's your take?
You see, like what Oga Magnus has spoken well. You see, he's a very good player, and a very good player must definitely do shakara for you before you get him. But still, on the second thought, no individual is bigger than the club. You understand? I read this morning. I don't know if you should quote me if I'm wrong. I read this morning the news I saw from Vlahovic that he wants to wait till the summer before he can sign. Then he has given you his words. Why still go for him, sir? Then firstly, he said he can't play for a team like Arsenal. It's a slap to the face of Arsenal. Whether you like it or not, Arsenal is a big team. For a player to have said that to Arsenal, then that is why I like the style of Arsene Wenger. Despite the fact that then we were shouting that the later stage of his career, he was not winning trophy. But it does not take nonsense from players. If he goes for you and you are not giving him the green light, he turns to another direction, to option B, and he gets what he wants. He said we don't buy stars, we produce stars, and it is there. The records are there. You have seen it. We produce stars that other teams come to Arsenal to do. Look at what Vlahovic said about Arsenal, that he prefers to play for Conte of Tottenham than to play for. See, for me, we are big rivals. That alone should have given us the signal to say this guy, like I say, he cherish Tottenham passion. Then we should turn our direction. But for me, I like the fact that we are still going for him. They say nothing good comes easy, like you talk, sir. Nothing good for Vlahovic. If Vlahovic come Arsenal, he will definitely improve Arsenal's team. But still, if he's still giving us that problem, our time is running. We are running out of time to get what we want, and he's still doing shakara. Then why not turn to other players that can deliver? Then when the time is right, when somehow we think we still need him, we can still go back for him and try to convince him if he can come to. But for now, since he has told you, he has given you his words that he can't play for Arsenal for now till the end, till the summer, then why not change your style of negotiation and negotiate other players? At the end of the day, you get what you want and try as much as possible to make him work in your team and deliver the result for you. For me, for now, we give our time, make it think about Arsenal today. For summer, we should go for him. That'd be my take.
All right, no, I'll get Magnus. You want to respond?
Yeah, I want to say something. You know that, as I told you, this Vlahovic, if we're able to pull it through, is a very great piece of business that we have done. If we're able to pull it through.
Yes, sir.
The reason why Arteta and Edu are insisting on getting this guy this winter transfer window, my brother. If we cannot get him this winter, my brother, summer, if you see the kind of beat where this guy receive,
it will be difficult.
Real Madrid will be there, Barcelona will be there, even Bayern Munich will be there. All these big guys, they'll all be there. Don't be surprised that Man City may be there, Chelsea may be there. So all of them, So in that light, we don't have the financial muscle to compete with these guys, and when that happens, my dear, we will be knocked out. So that's why they are trying to see what they can do to be able to seal this January. And I still believe, as I said earlier on, Vlahovic is not the only egg in the basket. So if his doesn't work, I think we have other options that we're going to go for. But we have to work hard to see that we get exactly what we want.
All right, no, away from this Vlahovic, now we look for replacements. Now, I don't know whether they are say Arsenal don't get informal talks with Diego Costa and his team. Say they won't sign Diego Costa. Diego Costa don't terminate in contract with Atletico Mineiro. So some people they in support say make Arsenal sign him. Some say they don't sign him. Saying they 33 years. Oga Magnus, what is your take? Don't forget, say now only Lacazette and Nketiah be the players of striker where we get now. Aubameyang, I don't know whether they will still give him play. So, what's your take on this Costa business?
My brother, if Costa is the only striker left in this world, it is a no. I don't want. Costa wouldn't work for us. As we stand now, we are crying and weeping of what Granit Xhaka is doing to us, collecting red card left, right, and center. I want to bring another person, just like him. And Costa, I don't know where that discussion is coming from. Costa is 33. That is not the kind of player Arteta wants. Arteta wants young players. Arteta wants 21, 22, 23, 24 kind of players. I don't want those, very old, not even 30, not even 33 years old. What are you going to do with that kind of player? If you really, your intention is to compete, if your intention is to challenge Man City, if your intention is to challenge Chelsea and Liverpool, it is not a Diego Costa at all. if Vlahovic is out of the way, like my brother here mentioned, there is other players, even in the Premier League, that we can get that can help us.
Yeah.
That's Kevin Lewin. Even Oli Watkins himself is even better. There are there are many other strikers. Even this Isak that was mentioned. You know, there are players that we can. If Anthony Day, there are players that we can get that can help us. Not a Diego Costa, for God's sakes. What are we doing with Diego Costa? No. I disagree. 2-2-0.
But Terence, what's it beyond? See, this Costa did not be saying like long term. It's a short term. It could be maybe from now to the end of the season. So, Terence, what's your take?
Even if na 1 month, even if na 1 month, I know one. Even if na 1 month, I know one. 1 month, I know one.
Terence, so yeah.
What's I want to talk for this one? I'm not just laughing me. See, what I want to talk about this, I believe in a short term, just to seal out the remainder part of the season. You understand? Whether we like him or not, Oga Magnus, Diego Costa is still a good player. He's a bullish player. And for that, he talks about red card. Diego Costa hardly get red card. Instead, he committed defenders to get red card. If you see what he do against Koscielny and this thing for when they play for Chelsea against Arsenal, you know the turn will be for Koscielny flesh for this thing. So I like the kind of player where go, you know what he will go drag the attention of defenders, prove for himself. Then they will concentrate on that. Can't they let other players they do the damage? Because one thing why I like about Diego Costa is they play mind game with you. It be like Jose Mourinho. Back then, Jose Mourinho, when he go come, he go talk this one, then he go use this one to attack you. So Diego Costa, I don't know how he done what he don't do for Brazil, whether he's still there, but if he's
still hot, still okay, still good.
If he's still very hot and very fit, I don't know whether he will still fit into the style of English Premiership. For us now, since we find it difficult to get strikers, and he has terminated his contract already, and he's coming as a free agent, I believe he will still take pay cut. Then why not use him? Let's say, see, a bird at hand is worth more than thousands in the bush. As we don't get down one, say he don't they willing, don't terminate the contract, won't come to Arsenal on the free transfer. Then why not give him the chance? You see, he don't already fair play for English Premiership. He knows the style, he knows the game. He knows how to go about it. So I believe that if he come, whether he will like or not, he will improve the state of Arsenal now as Arsenal day. Because who you want you to compare our present team now? Who you want you to compare Diego Costa for that our striking department? Is it Nikita? Is it Lacazette? Lacazette is doing a yeoman's job, no doubt about that. He's doing very well by linking players to deliver for Arsenal. But we need that presence for the 9. That presence where you feel stand with any defender, even na Bandak did there, he go bully her. Even if na whoever did the John Stone or be record for Premiership for Man City, he go give them problem. So for me, if it's possible we get him now, why not give him a chance? Just for the remainder part of the season. I'm okay with that. No problem. Yeah.
But Jukes, there's something you people are forgetting. I don't know how this happens so quickly and so fast.
Okay.
What have written off Aubameyang? Why? I said,
okay, you want to know why?
No, wait. At the come. See, gold feed the deal. If you wash him, you go see the gold. See, this guy has his downtime. This guy, whether you like it or not, Aubameyang is quality. Whether you like it or not, he's having his downtime now. Things can change in a twinkle of an eye. I have seen it happen to a lot of players. A lot of players can have a serious dip in form, and before you say Jack, they will rejuvenate again. We don't know whether this 1 month or 2 months that he may not be playing for Arsenal will help him to rejuvenate. This same Aubameyang that we're talking about now, let us not completely see the way Oga Terence they talk now. He mentioned it in Ketia. He mentioned Lacazette. He doesn't remember Aubameyang. Aubameyang our player.
No,
we said I don't call his name now.
Sorry, sir. Why I don't call him, sir? You know that they talk now say he gets heart problem. So we never know the state of health. We never know the state of
No. It's just a mild problem. That is not just kind of a laceration on his heart. Okay. Just laceration. And why he's not playing, say if you overwork the heart, say if you do exercise, if you do workout, your heart they pump more. So with that laceration, the way you get for heart, the more you get the heart to work more, the more the laceration will continue to expand and this thing. All he needs now is for the laceration to heal back. And the laceration was caused by this COVID-19 something. So, like they said, it's a mild cardiac problem. And I believe, and I want to believe too, that in a short period of time he will just get over it and he will continue playing. If a player like what's his name, the one that collapsed in the Euro, is able to come back, Eriksen, and he's looking for new clubs to play. Why wouldn't somebody who have just a small laceration for a heart not come back and play? So Arteta is still our player, at least from now to the end of the season. I don't think he's leaving this January. So he may come in and still play for us. So let's have that at the back of our minds while talking about it. What's his name? Costa may not be a good deal. Is that number one? You have Lacazette, who is almost at something. 30. He's up to 30. Then you have Aubameyang, who is 32. You have Aubameyang, who is 32. And you are bringing in a Costa, who is 33.
Temporarily.
3 strikers. My brother, Lacazette is temporarily. He's leaving end of the season.
And when you finish,
wait now. Temporarily, as it stands now temporarily. Lacazette is leaving at the end of the season. Temporarily. Aubameyang is at the verge of leaving Arsenal. Temporarily. And Ketia is leaving Arsenal at the end of the season. Temporarily. If the Costa come now, he will leave at the end of the season. Temporarily. All of them now, temporarily. They don't be some level.
All right, Oga Magnus, see my own take for this thing now. If you check this Aubameyang, I don't know for you, I don't know for Oga Terence, but me, I feel say, if we want to enter top 4 at the end of the season, we can't afford to depend on Aubameyang, Lacazette, and Nketiah. These 3 people.
No.
Number one, how many? Just hear me out. Number one, how many goals Lacazette did score? That is number one. Everybody keeps saying link up play, link up play. In job now, link up play. In job now to bust nets. He's number 9. If the job description of a number 9 is to bust nets first before you talk of link up play. Now link up play one job. Most of the times people come here and say, wait first, but most me I don't the para now. Most times they will say, Lacazette don't they play 10 and with the draft and call number 10 so that those wingers they go play. Now in job now 10. Is his job to draft him to 10? His job is 9 to bust nets. That is number one angle where me and they look am from. Then another perspective we say, in Ketia, that one, we'll just forget that one. Bring in Costa. It must not be Costa. Even if it is not Costa, we must bring somebody to play 9. Like I said, no, they play 9. So now my own point with that, I forget link up play. Or I forgot Terence, you want to talk something.
You see, there's what they call team play in football. Fine, you say 9, he works out to boss net. There's
number one job.
There's somebody that's always that you can hold on play. You go hold on to the ball for other players to come in so that they can attack. Lacazette is doing it perfectly well, and that's for football. It plays a major factor in football because once you attack and somebody like Lacazette holds the ball, he's very bullish. Like you can't take the ball from him easily. Somebody that can hold on to the ball. You see what he made Kanu excel that time for Kanu, for Arsenal, for Nigeria. Kanu was lanky, no doubt about that. But once Kanu hold the ball, and Mikel Obi again, he can hold the ball. You go kick it 2 legs, the ball will still be at the middle of the park, then the middle of the leg. Nobody the collector. That's now why you see Mikel Obi excel for Chelsea, until tomorrow they see the singing name for English Premiership. So when you get those kind of player for your team, fine. Mikel Obi was never scored as a midfielder, not a score goal. I believe that one goal he scored for Chelsea before he come on for Chelsea, but he was playing week in, week out. So that is the kind of style Lacazette they do. Like I said before, now we know before he come Arsenal, he was banging the goals. Even when he came to Arsenal, he was still banging the goals. Maybe some like now, they get tired, they get tired legs. So the legs are not, and now they begin to improve the game now, and we are seeing the benefit. So why not at least more we first appreciate that one first. Say in the field they bring something into the team, with the team say the benefits now, than say we go just rule them out completely. Then for Edin Nketiah is one player where like say I like a kind of play, but I don't know if sometimes he just be carried away with the ball. You understand? You go just do this thing. So we still need that Diego Costa. We be like, if you see the ball, 3, if you convert 2. You understand? That, yes. If you see the ball, 3, if you convert 2, and he can take on defenders, whether you are strong or you are lightweight, he can take on you. Even a power for power, he will follow you. Even as when I run with the ball, he will follow you. And he's also one player where like say, I like say in the distract defenders well. If you see you don't give a problem, he go cause one thing where you take the talk to him. Before you know, you go lose concentration. Then he go do what he want to do. He has done it several times with Arsenal. One I don't do. Then with other teams, he doesn't do. So he's a very trickish player. Whether we like him or not, Mr. Magnus Sir, and like I say, I still respect your opinion every time, anytime. So we still need that player of the caliber of Costa, the presence of Costa for the team like Arsenal, who is growing up. Whether we like or not, we say you said something, Mr. Magnus. Say I think at the back 24-20, we cannot live on younger players alone. We still need the experience of a player that has won major trophies in football. That can see Magnus, before they play game, you say that they get dressing room talk. When they don't talk, excuse me, sir, when they get dressing room, coach will not talk finish. He will talk say, okay, players, the senior players should come and also add their own opinion for this thing. Because I have had the opportunity of going into a dressing room and I see what they do. They will not talk finish. Coach will come and say, okay, captain, do you have anything to say? The captain will call, you will talk. Then senior players, what and what do you have to say? Then they'll still talk their own. So all those kind of players, you need them for your team. Where you go fit psych the mentality of your players. Tell them that they can do it, and it will help the younger ones. When the younger ones they look them at the it will help them improve their game. And before you know it, they will become that thing where you want them to be, because they don't look the bigger ones do them, and they want to try to do them. Because one thing about life, once you continue, you do one thing all over and over again, you now become master of that thing. Once you dey practice that for training, you dey say as the senior player dey do am with your knowledge and with your talking and this thing, say like this, then before you know it, you become a world-class player. That is what I say about Diego Costa. I still need his presence in Arsenal for a short term though, not long term. From now to the end of the season. Yeah, from now to the end of the season. That is it.
All right, Magnus, another talking point. So I'm going to talk now. Let's assume say we no buy Costa. Let's not be biased about this. I'm going to look at holistically now. Can Arsenal achieve top 4 with Aubameyang, Nketiah, and Lacazette presently with their current form? So we no buy anybody. Can we achieve top 4? Let's start with Oga Magnus before I go enter Oga Terence.
My answer is a categorical yes. We can.
Okay.
It will be a difficult call. It will be a tough call. But with the kind of devoid of injuries, devoid of maybe deep in forms. But the way we are going now, just the way we are going now. You know, I'm not saying that those things have to be removed from football. No, those things are always available in football. But as we are also having them, so other clubs are also having their own fair share. You know, just look at a club like Manchester United. For a very long time, a player like Pogba have not played for them for a very, very long time. So it happens to various clubs at different times. But the way I'm seeing these guys doing, come sir. All right. So the way we are going now, I think we should be able to make it at the top 4. I'm very, very optimistic because the guys are doing well. They are playing together. They are gelling. They are understanding themselves. You know, they are no longer playing as pushovers that any club can come and just push them aside. You know, they are doing well. So look at they have had a test against Man City. Even after we lost that game, I just believe that the test we came out positive. We have had the test against Liverpool. We came out positive. We have had the test against Tottenham. We came out positive. So I think we should continue to grow from strength to strength, and we should be able to make the top 4. Yes.
All right. Baba Terence, you go with Aubameyang, Nketiah, and
I agree with Oga Magnus. One thing I always tell you, determination matters a lot in life. With the caliber of with the things where they do now presently, if they continue like this and they not remove their leg from the gas, I believe say they go enter that top 4. You know why? Because now they are beginning to come out of their games, as in they are approaching the games the way it ought to have been. Like in every game. Okay, look at sorry, sir. Aubameyang has not been playing for like 6 matches now, and we'll be getting the result. We're not just score one. We score more than 1, 2, 3. I believe that only for Liverpool and Manchester
4 and 5.
We'll score 1 and will not score for Liverpool. So if they continue like this, like we talk about, devoid of injuries, believe you me, it might be difficult. But if they are focused, we can get to the top 4 with this. Without this player, sorry, we can get to the top 4 with these players.
And again, Papa Chooks, I'm not like I was discussing with my friend the other day. It's not just the top 4. We can make it to 3rd. We can make it to 3rd. Do you know why? Look at the table. Look at the table. We are quite very, very close to Chelsea. We are like how many points? Either 4 points, 4 or 5 points, 3 points behind Chelsea. So who says that we cannot catch them? Who says that we cannot drop them? They have had their own fair share of bad results too, draws and all that. Even Liverpool, they have had their own fair share of bad results. So the only team that seems is making a zoom for now is Manchester City. So other teams are also faltering. Before you say Jack, now slowly they say you catch the monkey. So slowly you also catch Chelsea and catch other. It's very, 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 very possible. Nobody, let me tell you something. Even Arsenal fans, and even fans of the other club, nobody believed that by January, Arsenal that was at 18, 19, 20 can be at 4th. Many people never believed Arsenal will be at the position they are. So if we can defy all the odds and get to where we are now, why not?
All right, no wala. So I think this is the best place for us to drop the matter. So we don't get online for 58 minutes, almost 1 hour. So we said we don't try. So special thanks to Oga Magnus, Baba Terence, and our dear football community where they watch us. We always say anywhere when they see money to buy data, may God replenish in our pockets in Jesus' name and inshallah. So we have to go now. So from me and the team, so bye till we see you again. So thanks about Nagem.
Yeah, Baba Terence, well done. Make you to come more often.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate your comments. Your comments are